This is Quest of Life. We are a not-for-profit offering free online peer support groups, and this is a demonstration of a facilitated group. So keep in mind that your experience might not look and or feel the same as this streaming group. Not every group can be the same, as every facilitator is different, and so are the group dynamics. That said, if you'd like to join a support group, you can join us through questoflife.org. And if you want to support us monetarily so we can run more free groups for more people, please also do that via our website, questoflife.org.
Rad. We're live and whatnot. Cool. So, let's do this stuff. Yeah. So, we have been on break for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, somewhere in there. New overlay, by the way, because we got a new member, as you can see. What else? Yeah, so we're going to do intros again. And as far as why we were on break, I had a wedding to go to, so I was unavailable. So yeah, that's it and whatnot. Cool. All right, so now we're going to do intros. Yeah. So I'm going to actually toss it to Tom first.
Okay. So the prompts. Who are you, Tom? Is that just name or like did you want more?
Just as much as you want to give. Answer it however you would like to answer it.
Okay, I guess within Quest of Life, well, I used to run a lot of groups. Now I'm on a bit of a break from that and just doing stuff on the admin side. I'm trying to study psychology, and it's kind of a lot, which leads me to the last question on the list. What do I want to explore in this group? So just like burnout and how to be a functional student, basically. Where am I currently in life? Yeah, I studied maths and computer science like 10 years ago, and then eventually realized that I really don't want to just sit at my computer all day and like work by myself. So after running groups in Quest of Life, I sort of switched paths towards psychology, and now I'm working towards, well, hopefully I'll end up studying clinical psychology and going down that route, but we'll see. This is like my first year of doing that. And yes, I'm a student living in university accommodation. And what type of content do I like? Usually mental health related stuff, but right now nothing really holds my attention, so I just don't actually watch any kind of content. Yeah. Anne?
Okay. We don't have to answer all of them, right?
Yeah, it's either or.
Okay.
I was going to read them off for the chat, but I can't open the Discord without messing everything up, so I'm not going to.
Okay. Who am I? I'm Anne. Where am I currently in life? I'm not sure. Things are. I'm moving right now, and yeah, work is not very straightforward either, which I think I might want it to be. Yeah, like a clearer direction for my career. I don't know if I want that. Basically, I'm just doing a lot of different things at once, so it feels quite a lot. I guess there's one thing interesting lately since like we were off for a couple of weeks. Now moving to a different city, and I'm realizing that I was very triggered in the last city I was in because that was where I was from, which caused me to like I was really struggling the last few months. I think since I was back, but so that's something that's now on top of mind for me, where I know what kind of things are triggering me, and I want to get back to working on that, so I can function and talk to people more. when I feel bad, I don't talk to anyone, which is bad for business. And that's why I'm here. I'll pass to Marce.
Hello, everybody. I guess to start off, my name is Marce. The origin of my username would be it's a term for plants. It's basically the transition from summer to fall and how like the leaves turns orange and whatnot. That's kind of what it means. And here's my cat Maki, if you can see at my shoulder. And I think what I want to explore with groups would be I'm kind of at a weird stage of life. I'm making content and stuff. I want to transition out of my career, but I don't really know where I'm going and how I want to show up, I guess. So I hope groups would help with that. But yeah, that's me. I guess we can pass it to Pam.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Pamely, and I go by Pam. I think I talked about my username last, like in the first introduction, so I'm not gonna repeat that. I am currently still looking for a job, figuring out my career path, and I am here for continuously exploring, just being open to what the group brings. And if I should evaluate moving forward, I would like to get to explore finding myself more. I think it's the path of getting to find out who I am as a person. I know that, but I think it's a continuous learning path. So that's where I'm at. And I still like to watch mental health stuff and follow Dr. K. Yeah. Jake, would you like to?
I'll try to remember it from memory.
Would you like help with reading
I'm Jake.
them out? Okay.
I'm going to try to remember from memory. I'm Jake. I'll answer the other one because no one else answered it. It's what's your favorite fictional character? I like Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. He's awesome and very edgy, and I'm very edgy, so I relate. Next is like where are you in life? I think. In life, I am. I'm a coach. I don't really. I'm. It's the same as last time, so I'm a coach. I don't really care to be a coach anymore. But I want to get into like creation and like content creation or just creation in general. Third one was what type of content do I like? I like. I still like video essays. They're awesome. It helps me it helps fuel my creative process and like makes me think about things in a different way, which is really cool. I like character analysis stuff as well. I just like learning in general. I like watching like science videos and stuff too. What else? Last one. What would you like to explore in the group? My typical answer, which is you guys, and whatever you would like support on. Cool. That's introductions. This is my cat, by the way. His name is dependent on when I want to. When I'm talking about his first name was Jeff because I thought it was funny to name an animal human name, like Steve the dog. I think that's just funny. His current name is Lucifer because I thought it was really clever, and that originated from him peeing everywhere, and I'm like, you're a fucking demon, and then eventually he transcended being a demon into the Lord of Darkness. And he's a cat too. So that's my cat. Cool.
Does he often change names? Sorry, but that just popped into my mind.
Nah,
Okay.
he's been Satan slash Lucifer for when he stopped peeing everywhere because we had something. He got neutered. But when that stopped, his default name just became Satan. But when I'm like introducing, like if I have to take him to an appointment or something, I'm just like, oh, his name's Jeff because it's too convoluted to explain his name. But yeah, cool. Yeah, that's intro stuff. So next, since we have a new member, I'm actually just going to dump it on you guys and see where you would like to take the session. And then if you guys don't know, feel free to dump it back on me. But yeah, since we have a new member, where would you guys like to go? What are you curious about? What would you like to say?
I'm interested, like, Marce, how are you feeling about being here and in a group on stream, and like, what would you like to get out of it in general? I mean, you've kind of answered the in general question maybe today.
Yeah, so I guess to answer your first question, I think I felt kind of nervous at the start, but I feel a little bit better. I think I just needed to settle in. And second, I guess the topic for today is what you're asking, right, Tom? Like if I have a topic.
Not necessarily, like, because you've joined us today, it's kind of not necessarily the typical session. I'm sort of just wondering, like, if you have any hopes or expectations or, yeah, anything like that.
Yeah, interesting. So I don't think I have expectation for the group itself, but I had expectation of myself to see how I would feel and what I would like get out of it from like just experiencing the group itself. I don't know how everybody feel about that answer though.
I think nothing in particular. I was like glad to have you here. Nice to have you curious on joining us.
What do you say? Sorry.
That I'm, what, like it's nice to have you here being curious on just being here, like without any expectations. Not that it's good or bad, but both. For me, I would say I came in with like expecting us to have a usual session, just with a fourth member, or like fifth if we take the whole group. But I am open to whatever comes. I feel like I'm in my shy corner today, so I might be some like kind of laid back, but that's because of something in my personal life right now. So I also tend to, yeah, just become more shy when I feel overwhelmed, I think. Let me guys know where you are.
I'll go last.
I don't think I have any expectations. I'm open to just doing a normal check-in and like going ahead as usual, or if we wanted to do something different. I don't have any specific suggestions, but yeah, I'm open to pretty much anything.
I think it's very relatable to Pam currently. I think I feel a little bit stressed, and that's why I feel a little bit more shy and less outspoken than usual. So just resonating with Pam's feelings.
I think I might be feeling the same. I'm not sure. My expectation was to join and feel connected with people because we haven't been here. So in a way, my goal has been achieved.
Nice.
are you feeling, I guess, like shy / nervous / like trepidatious, like Pam and Marce?
You want to go first, Pam? Or no?
Oh, I was asking Anne and Tom.
Oh,
Or you
sorry. I thought at the end you said Pam and Marce. I thought it was about us.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, Anne?
Sorry, so what's the question?
How are you feeling?
How am I feeling? Stuck.
How stuck? Like, what kind of stuck?
Kind of stuck. Stuck, stressed. Like, 'cause moving. So we're like house hunting, and until we find a house, we're kind of just not housed. Yeah, and earlier I had the weirdest headache I've ever had. Just all day, didn't stop. It just got better now, so it feels. I guess I still feel a little tense. Yeah, mostly physical, not emotional. I don't think.
I think I sort of half relate. Like, I don't necessarily feel shy, but I feel overwhelmed in a slightly different way, just from, like, uni's been really overwhelming. And that makes me more reluctant to, like, share or talk about myself. So, like, in that sense, maybe it's kind of similar. It sort of feels like I don't even know what the problem is anymore. Just kind of like, time is passing and I'm just about meeting deadlines, but it's a blur. But yeah, so not necessarily shy per se, but it feels like there is something similar there with like how it feels to show up in group in this state.
Yeah. So I will say this is a pretty common thing for groups. It's interesting that whenever there's a break in any of my groups, there's always this like nervousness and like it's like a lot of the rapport gets broken, which is interesting. If you wanted to just jump into that, we can, but it's also been a couple weeks, so I also am curious how everybody's doing. So
I have
I
a
would like
different
to do
angle.
check-ins.
Sorry.
Go for it.
Okay, I have a different angle to, I think, the same topic, and I wonder if other people relate. Like, for me, there's also something where, like, the more I struggle or the more I would actually need help, the harder it is to talk to someone.
Yeah.
I relate.
Like, if I feel fine, I can talk about stuff from a month ago when I wasn't fine, but, like, a month ago, I wouldn't bring it up, or that's sort of part of the pattern.
So
What
just
makes
to
it hard?
clarify,
Oh,
I'll say mine and then you can go, Marce. So just to clarify the topic there, the more help you need, the more powerless you feel, or what would be a
I don't
good
know if
sentence to sum this up?
powerless, but the more I need to protect myself by hiding.
Cool. My question is resolved.
oh, I guess my question. It was, what makes it hard to talk about a issue or problem more recent than like a month ago or a year ago?
I guess it's to do with how I'm feeling in the moment. Like, if it's something that's kind of raw, unresolved, or like if I'm still feeling overwhelmed or struggling in some way, then talking about it is riskier. because I don't know how
riskier
people.
in...
Sorry.
No, you go.
Because I don't know how people will respond, and like it might make me feel worse, and then I'm already barely functioning, so like there's not much spare capacity for things to go wrong.
Right, so people might be the opposite of helping. It's
Yeah.
like making it worse.
Yeah, and also sometimes maybe it's also about my capacity to actually feel things that I'm hiding from. Like if I'm exhausted and overwhelmed, then maybe it's also about facing the actual problem. Like it's easier to just play a game and pretend like everything is fine.
Tom, you brought this up because you said you had an alternate path. Could you elaborate on that? I'm kind of lost right now.
Oh, not alternate path, but somehow this felt like it wasn't. I can't remember what you suggested before as the topic. It felt kind of similar, but not exactly the same.
Yeah, I suggested the when groups I don't know, like come together.
Yeah.
There tends to be a lot more like nervousness, and it's like the connection is like fractured a bit, and the rapport is damaged.
Yeah.
So
I think this is like a second variable that plays into it for me.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So it's more your experience of that topic. Okay. Just to like center, do y'all want to do check-ins or do you not want to do check-ins this week?
I'm open to just jump into Tom's topic because I relate to it a lot, and I think it sounds like there's something to it for all of us. I can be wrong, but that's what I'm sensing, or at least I can say for me, I relate a lot in having like if I'm overwhelmed or feeling like a struggle with something, I tend to shy away more and hide myself away more than I think would be helpful for myself.
I'm also curious, is that happening for you today? Because you mentioned you have some personal stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for asking.
And so do you want us to like, how do you want us to react to that? Do you want us to give you that space or more like create space for you to talk about some of it or get support in some way?
For me, I guess it's, how do I phrase it? Like, I would say for me, it's already enough just being here, trusting you all. I think for the moment, it is helpful to just have shared it. And then if I want to share, I will dig into it or say something about it. You're welcome to ask if you want to, but it's like I wish it to come from your own interest and not for helping me. Because I need to open up myself, if that makes sense. It's okay if it does not make sense. You're welcome to ask questions.
Makes sense to me. I was about to say we can sacrifice Tom and help Pam indirectly by digging into Tom. But that's just my suggestion.
I am open, but it would be Tom's choice.
I'm
And I
okay
want to
with
hear from
both.
Anne as well.
Like, personally, because I care about you, I am interested in what you're going through, but I'm also mindful, like, we're streaming and I don't want to push you if you don't want that. So it's like, from my perspective, the interest is definitely there.
I can
Yeah.
clarify. I'm open to talk about my situation. I just like my experience of the situation, but I wouldn't like to go into the details of what is going on in my life. So I'm fully open to explore feelings, emotions, how I experience things, just not my personal situation overwhelming me.
Maybe we can share the topic.
But sorry?
Maybe we can share the topic.
Pam also asked how Anne was doing too, or like Anne's perspective on it.
I feel something not related to what was just said. But I'm noticing that I'm doing that thing where I'm trying to like figure out how much I want to talk in the group, and like I'm trying to make it balanced. Because now there's like one more person to take into account, so I'm doing that.
Can you help me understand what that is? Is it like some kind of calculation of time and place and space, or what is?
Yes.
Okay. I'm also curious about that, but I'm not sure if we can take that as a topic or like someday or something. Because okay, so yeah, I think it's interesting to hear. I just don't know what to say about a response, but it's interesting to me because I don't do it myself, so it's foreign to me.
Does anyone today feel more than neutral about like wanting to talk about their topic? Even if it's just a little bit, but like, does anyone feel... Is anyone like on the positive end of the spectrum?
I feel like everybody has a topic here, if that makes sense. That's the vibe I'm getting.
I don't think I do. Like I'm just reporting. So like I'm just realizing what's happening and sharing, but I don't think that's the topic.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm feeling like everybody has a lot of feelings. So then
Yeah.
to me that becomes a topic. But yeah, it just feels like a lot of people have a lot of feelings today.
So how do we pick?
Maybe we should do the check-in. If there's a lot of feelings, I think that's part of the check-in, just saying how I feel today, and that like everybody, and that's might help.
So everybody's mandatory sharing their feelings. How does the check-in work? I guess.
Sorry?
How does the check-in work? I don't like I watched the VODs, but then I forgot. Like, do I just say what's happening the week, or what how does it work?
Usually it would go, what are you feeling and how did your week go? something good, something bad, and a topic.
Okay, I guess, do you guys want to do check-in? If so, then we can do check-ins.
I guess let's do it, then we have a direction.
Oh, well, let's go, Tom, since you volunteered.
Damn. Okay, how am I
You
feeling?
answered me, that's your problem.
I know, lesson learned. How am I feeling? I don't actually know. A lot of avoidance. Overall, like, tired and overwhelmed. But, like, in the moment, I feel kind of blank or neutral. Yeah. This week, something I struggled with.
You could include the past couple weeks. It doesn't have to be just this last week.
Okay. I mean, overall, just trying to function as a student and doing any work has been quite difficult. And it's also very foggy, so I don't actually, like, remember what exactly happened. Just a blur of trying to be a student. Something good is I built a blanket fort in my room yesterday. And yeah. So that's like my rest place now, and it's great. And topic... So before the session, I was thinking just a kind of broad, like, how to be more functional as a student. Or, like, for example, I need to write a report after this. And I had all week to start, and I haven't done anything yet. And now I need to get it done by tomorrow. But also, now that we've talked, I do think that thing around, like, the worse I feel, the harder it is to actually get support could also be a good one. So either of the two. Marce, I'll pass it back to you.
I didn't make eye contact then. Okay, so how am I feeling? I think I feel more... Like, at the start, I was anxious, but now I'm just more curious, I think. And a lot of things happened the past few weeks. Let me just cherry pick some then. Good thing would be more recent. One of my posts got like 10K views, so then that was really, like, exciting to me personally. And bad thing that happened, I guess my interaction with people in general gets me thinking a lot. I don't know if that's bad, but I guess it feels a little stressful and guilty at times. I was like, maybe I can do more. Or maybe there's an expectation I'm not meeting. So then I think that's like a bad thing that occurred. And a topic, I think I always have a constant topic, and it's always existential. So I don't know if that's something we can talk about for today, but because it's not urgent, it's just like chronic in the background, like white noise. That's it. I'll pass it to... I think Anne doesn't want to be called, so I'll give it to Anne.
I was making a face because now I'm curious about your existential thing. I at least want to know.
I was going to cure it about. I was going to comment at how fast it was, like, moved on from, like, oh yeah, it's an existential thing. Anyway, and next check-in. So
Because it's like huge, so I'm like, I'm just gonna put a label on it and see how everybody else is feeling.
Okay, does that mean you'll share after?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Okay, how am I feeling? I think I'm feeling more than at the start. At the start just felt not much. I didn't feel like I was, like, with the group. Like, my my mind kept going somewhere else. Yeah, and the last few minutes I was thinking about why that is. I think it's just I haven't had time to sit and notice how I feel for a couple of weeks. So it's, yeah, it's a shock to my system, I guess. Um, what went well last week? Well, the flight went well. We had a lot to move, a lot of things to move with, and I was anxious, but it was great. Now I'm in a city that's not polluted, and so the air is really nice to breathe in. And then, yeah, the bad thing is I feel like I've been reacting to things happening around me. So, like with the move, I don't quite feel like I'm in control a lot throughout the day. I'm just, yeah, trying to pass the time until like we get a home, and then I get back my routine. So I don't feel like anything is solvable. It's just wait it out. So in that case, I don't really have a topic. Babe?
Hmm? Hmm. I think I have come to the place where I feel kind of numb, but at the same time, I can feel the emotions like boiling under that numbness, so not entirely. Um, hmm. Yeah, I think that's where I'm emotionally. As I said, I was also feeling shy. Um, and challenging myself to be more open, even though I feel shy, and allowing myself and accepting that emotion. Like I have some judgment towards that feeling. So I'm trying to not let that rule over me. Um, I have been struggling with uh a relationship close to me, and that's something that takes a toll on my emotions. And that's also why I feel overwhelmed because I'm trying to deal with it and find out how to solve the conflict. Um, Something that has been going well is I am working and I forget to take breaks while I'm working, and I tend to be so perfectionistic that I forget to take breaks and care for myself. So I took a step last week to take myself more seriously and allow myself to take a break and just not like the perfectionism tell me that I should work more and do more work, and actually allow myself and recognize the work I am doing. So that was going forward helping a lot. Like it definitely eased some of the stress and overwhelm I was building up. So that was a great experience. For topic, I didn't really have a topic. I decided that I was too emotionally exhausted, that I would be more here to support and listen and help. So I do not have a topic either, but I am drawn to the topic we ended up talking about with feeling overwhelmed, not reaching out. Um, yes. that was my check-in. Thank you. Do Jake want to make one, or?
I can. Yeah, I had a vacation. I felt good. It felt reinvigorating. I think on when I don't focus on time, I reclaim a lot of myself because a lot of my bandwidth goes to planning, like because of my like attention and memory problems. I have to like have a lot of foresight and planning. And not doing that really reinvigorated me for a bit until I went back to work. um, I haven't been getting that much sleep because my body is still stuck in the sleeping cycle of going to sleep at 4 a.m. On the vacation. But overall, I am feeling well, and I'm excited to eat dinner tonight because I'm making enchiladas. So yeah, just me. As far as bad things, any bad thing happened? I went to work. That's a pretty consistent bad thing. Yeah, overall, it actually feels like a good week, except the sleep stuff. The sleep was like my body just kind of forces itself awake, and then I'm just so alert that I can't go back to sleep. Also had some good sessions with clients this week. So yeah, that's me. Y'all want to check in with the existential stuff, or you want to like? Okay. So, I guess my question is, what's up with the existential stuff, Marce?
I guess a general summary would be, I'm trying to keep it short. I guess like the question of what to do next is always like a very prominent thing for me. So, okay, what to do next? I have like different quests I can kind of do, but I think that there's also a question of like why, right? Like, okay, I go to work, like why? Okay, I do content creation. Okay, why? And it's not like I can't do these things, but then the question of why just keeps popping up, and it just kind of feels like a metaphor was popping into my head as well as I'm talking about this. It kind of feels like a decommissioned train that keeps going. There's like no more passenger like at the train station, but because the schedule itself is like, okay, at 8 o'clock you go to the station, you stop for 5 minutes, you open the door, but there's no more like passengers. You close the door and then you go to the next one. But it's like, okay, why am I doing all this for? Like, is it really that important? I think comes to mind. So that's the existential part of, like, there's an identity crisis, but there's also like a meaning, purpose crisis as well.
Relatable.
Yeah, I think that was a really good metaphor. Yeah.
And it feels like
So-
the two topic on on the board is very different. One is like overwhelmed, I don't know what to do, and the other one's like there's like emptiness to it, right? Like, the hell am I doing here?
So what's it like for you to operate that train with no passengers?
It's okay, but I think without that meaning, it's a little bit hard to get feel to move the train. But it doesn't really matter. This metaphor is going to break down because technically there's a non-stop feel, right? Like you just keep going, basically. But I think then the train conductor is like, why? But okay.
Like, you can do it, but it feels kind of pointless.
Yeah, especially when it's like difficult. So like content creation is difficult. And I'm like, why am I doing this every day? It's like, for what? But regardless, I still post every day. And I try to not miss a day. And when I miss a day and I'm like, okay, well, okay. I don't even like punish myself. It's just like, okay, whatever. On to the next day, I guess.
I'm curious if you have any answers to that why question. Because it sounds like it feels kind of pointless, and yet you keep doing it.
Yeah, there's a feeling of, I guess I should share my knowledge to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got this thing. Like, okay, probably should pass it on. And then I'm like, why do I want to pass it on?
Great question.
And you said you related earlier. How do you relate with it?
I had a question. I was debating if I want to ask. I wanted to ask, like, what would happen if you stopped?
I guess nothing would happen, technically. I guess if it works out, then maybe it's a source of income. But then if it doesn't work out, then it's not, I guess, if I stop. But I think there's also like, maybe it will provide me a vague meaning if it works out.
So that sounds like you see some potential there. Like, if it did work out, then it would start feeling more meaningful. Like, maybe you'd get some passengers.
Yeah. But I also think, I don't know, sounds like a trap, you know what I mean? It's like chasing something that is potential feels a little bit strange. But maybe my foresight is like incorrect. Because it's similar to like, oh, I just need to get this relationship or I just need to get this job, then things will be okay. But I'm like, I don't know how much of that is true. But then that kind of thought process goes like, okay, well, then why am I doing anything if everything is just like a illusion of a goal?
Is the motivation so those goals, at first I was questioning, like, they sound like hopeful, and then you're like, what's the point in like hoping that this could happen? But then the more you talked about it, it sounded more like a hunger, and it was like getting attached to it rather than like hope. And you're like, I don't want that to happen. Like people being like hungry, like, oh, I need a girlfriend that'll solve all my problems.
I'm okay with the hunger. Like, I'm okay being like, I'm someone who bashes their head against the wall to make something work, and I'm okay with that. I guess it's more like it might not, like, okay, at the end it work out, but it might not yield the result I want. Like, I got it from like an external point of view, but then there's an internal, like, I didn't get it.
Is that a kind of like, with content creation, you might end up being successful, but it wouldn't give you the sort of meaning that you're looking for?
Yeah, I might get scabazzed. Like, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a great thing. I just need to get there. I got there, and I'm not gonna feel the whatever that I want to feel.
What is it that you want to feel?
like this is it, like this is the meaning. It's like me spreading the word and I don't know, sharing my knowledge and people receiving it, I guess.
Interesting. So it sounds like there's something about that, like sharing your knowledge, and you know you have valuable things to say. And so now when you talk about it, it sounds like you want to spread that with, like, across the world. And earlier when you talked about it, you also said that you should spread that knowledge.
Yeah, it feels like it kind of goes from wanting to I probably should.
So there are times where you want to, and then there are times that you should.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's very vague. So I think I want to if I think about it. But then when it comes to more approaching to action phase, it's like, I guess I should.
Interesting. My question is, what's up with that?
Yeah, so actually a phrase popped into my mind like 10 minutes ago, but I didn't say it. I wonder if it's related to how I'm trying to find a way to belong to the world. And I'm not too sure how to belong specifically. And maybe content creation and providing my knowledge is a way to belong to the world. But at the end, it's not going to feel sufficient enough because technically only my knowledge belongs to the world, but not me. It's very specific. That came up.
Can you help me understand more about, like, belonging to the world? Like, what would that be like?
I don't really know, I think. That's a very question mark for me. I think you can belong to parts of the world, but I don't think you can belong to the whole world in itself. But then parts of the world would you can only belong to some part of the world at a time because you can't belong completely at the whole world because everybody would accept different parts. So then I think what I'm trying to achieve is something that is a little bit difficult.
Like, in a perfect world, you'd want to belong to the whole world?
Yeah, I think so.
What's it like to not belong to some parts?
I think from my childhood, I never felt belong, so I don't know how much. Like, it just feels very normal, if that makes sense. But I think now I have like a hunger. I'll use Jake's words here. Yeah, a hunger that like a little bit more. I do want like a little bit more, but I just don't know how to get it. But I don't even know if getting it is like the right answer here.
Do you know what it feels like to belong somewhere? Like, to what extent is that something you've tasted?
Like in a group or more one-on-one? I guess
Either.
one-on-one could be part of the world too. Yeah, I think I mostly belong in like one-to-one when it's a very like like a dimension in space. Then like I belong, but when it comes to like I'm just thinking JJK, I don't know if you guys watch anime, but it's like if it's outside a domain, then like it's a little bit difficult. But within certain domains and certain interactions, yes. But that tells people more about me than anybody, actually.
Well, what I'm hearing is that you do feel like you belong in very specific contexts, but that doesn't feel like enough. Like you want more.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I can. Maybe, no, I think this might be biased. Well, I'll say it anyways. So I think there's two possibilities here, right? Either A, I'm really good at belonging in domains because I'm good at adapting myself to a one-on-one or a small group of people. Or two, those are the only time I truly just like let myself go, and then I was gonna get accepted one way or the other without adapting anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm creating like a false illusion of like I don't belong when like probably I do in a lot of interactions.
I think I didn't understand the illusion part.
Yeah, the illusion that I'm good at adapting, that's why I belong. When it actually doesn't matter, I belonged anyway.
Mm-hmm. So, like, maybe you're just adapting, maybe... Or, like, masking, or just making yourself into whatever people want to see so that you belong, but it's not clear whether you need to do that. Like, maybe you would have belonged anyway if you're just yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm masking usually, but I'm very selective with what truth. I guess that's kind of masking in some ways. I'm very selective on like, okay, which one do I want to show and which one do I want to omit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you're authentic,
I'm
but
not
you don't
lying.
show everything.
Yes. Like,
That's
it's like a check
debatable on if
box.
that's lying.
I'm just omitting. That doesn't mean I'm lying.
Relatable.
I don't know about that one on me. I'm not lying. I just did give you crucial information. That doesn't mean I'm lying.
Your Honor, I am not guilty.
Maybe they didn't ask.
True, and even if they ask, I just didn't say a certain part.
I'd like to check in with the two people to my sides. Anne and Pam. How are you guys doing?
You want to go first?
Sorry?
Do you want to go first?
Not necessarily. You're welcome to start.
Okay. Yeah, I'm following. I think my brain is trying to go into troubleshooting, but right now I'm still like collecting like more context. I think I'm understanding more. Yeah, it feels like there's a connection there that I was trying to make sense of. Yeah, like that question, am I adapting well? That's why I belong, or like I would belong anyway if I didn't have to. And like connecting that to the like content creation. So when you're creating content, like are you trying to mask really well, or are you just being yourself and then you would belong anyway? It's hard to say because, yeah, now you're trying to connect with a lot of people at once and much harder than you do one-on-ones, probably, or small groups.
Yeah, and it's hard to differentiate, am I connecting or am I providing value? It's probably both, like I would assume, but then it's like hard to tell the difference. That's probably how I feel in some interpersonal relationship as well, of like, am I connecting or am I providing value?
And connecting would be like that feeling of belonging, rather than providing value.
Yeah, like if I'm not providing value and I'm still connecting, then I know, like for certain, we're connecting. But if I'm doing both, it's a little bit hard, right, to figure out like which one is it.
How does that then impact the relationship or like your experience within it?
Well, when I was young, back in the days, I would just do one or the other. So then I can really tell. Like it's a control experiment, right? If I like don't provide any value and this person still stays, then I know, okay, this is it, right? Or the other, then I'm like, okay, like, is there a difference? It's like, oh, there's no difference, then okay, we're good. But if there's a difference, then I'm like, interesting.
So like, are they staying for you or just what you do for them?
Yeah. But I think it's difficult because then I think providing value is part of connection in itself. Like it's not like eliminated from the equation. But for me, it's like really hard to gauge. Like any kind of providing value starts to become an expectation of myself.
I think now it's making, well, it makes sense in my head that when you shared that there's a conflict when you create content like I should do this or I want to do this. It has to do with like you're wanting to connect, but like you can't really tell because most of content creation for you probably is to provide value.
Yeah, like that's the core concept of content creation in itself, right? It's like providing value.
So then it's very hard to tell if you will get that feeling of belonging, of connecting.
Yeah, and maybe I'm like putting the wrong, putting my eggs in the wrong basket.
What would connection feel like within content creation?
Maybe someone saying like, "Oh, I get it." It's like, "Oh, this resonates with me" or something. That would be connection. But I don't think most comments would be like that. And I wouldn't even know if I have connected with someone as well. So maybe I'm also very, I'm not noticing that success part.
Yeah.
Because technically, if the video has 10K, well, two of them has 10K, then like 50% maybe, okay, lowball it, 20%, right? So that's 2K people that resonated with it. But then I guess I don't receive that feedback technically, unless they put a comment. But even putting a comment might be different than what they truly feel.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like even if you do connect with people, it's kind of invisible.
Yeah.
Like, it might be happening, but it doesn't really reach you.
Yes. Interesting. That brought up a topic in my head of like maybe my sensor for acceptance from people is kind of off. And then the rejection sensitivity is more on.
Feels like creating content online doesn't help with that.
True. But I still do it anyway, right? Like I'm kind of the train that keeps going, despite like, I don't know, it breaking down at times. And I'm just for some reason thinking like a storm keeps like wrecking the mechanics and stuff.
I have a kind of weird speculative question, but it might be completely off base.
That's okay. Ask away.
Okay. I'm wondering, with the content creation, like, say you were to succeed, whatever that means, is there something that would prove to you?
Yeah, so I think that's the confusing part. So there's different parts of me. I don't know if you guys talk about IFS that much, but I think the inner child part of me is like, nice, I actually belong. Like, woo, I am needed and valued. And then my manager part is like a little bit spiteful. Like, got you suckers. I actually belong, like a little bit more that ego part of me. But I think there's one part of me that would, I don't know which part that would be, of, well, does it really matter? Because technically I provide value and that's why I got my foot through the door.
So that kind of sounds like the inner child and the manager are kind of like, yes, this is proof we do belong. And then there's another part that's like, hold on, but maybe this doesn't actually prove anything anyway.
Yeah. I see Anne has a reaction, so I'm just so interested and want to check in on her.
Yeah, well, yeah, hearing that, so all of the parts of you are not letting you win. Either way, you're wrong.
Yeah, it's like I'm kind of always playing an unwinnable game. And I probably won, like all the winning condition, like I've checked it off, but then it doesn't matter because I still lost somehow in some ways. Like I can do all the right thing and still get fucked. It doesn't matter.
And get fucked here means you still don't belong?
Yeah, I still don't belong or I get punished for it. One way or the other. Like, if being authentic is the answer, I am authentic, but for some reason, it's wrong. Like, for some reason, like, it doesn't work out. Or, like, I score 100 in the test, and then that's, like, the right answer. But, like, well, you still didn't get into college or something. It's like, what? It's supposed to yield the result I'm supposed to get, but I'm not getting the result I'm trying to aim for.
Sounds really disorienting.
Yes, and frustrating.
Yeah. Like you're doing all the right stuff, you're pouring a ton of effort into it, and then there's like a very clear outcome you should get, and it doesn't happen.
Yes. Yeah, actually, this reminds me of my childhood. That's probably why. Like, I could do all the right thing, but still doesn't yield the result I'm supposed to get. Or, yeah, like, I could be saying, like, a truth or something, and then my family would be like, you're disrespectful. It's like, huh? Like, I'm supposed to, like, this is supposed to be valid of an opinion. But for some reason, my trait, like the trait that I carry, the characteristic I carry, is not valued here. So then, therefore, I'm like dismissed or criticized. And at the end, I'm not chosen in some ways.
Yeah, like you got punished for just being yourself. Or whatever you saw, like it was valid, but it wasn't treated as valid.
Yeah. And I saw the winning condition, right? It's like, okay, if I'm not like this and if I'm like that, then I will win, supposedly. So then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just do this and answer in this way, but at the end I can still be not chosen. It's like, what? The game is kind of rigged. Like, is there no right answer in the situation?
So winning equals connection? Or
Yeah, connection and acceptance, probably.
okay.
But from who?
There's too many people to count. I can list off 100 probably.
It was also a little bit of a trick question. Because my question was a little bit, but from who? Because I see, I see a lot of work towards other people, hoping they would, or that the results would somehow, or like the effort and action would result in connection. And it sounds like the goalpost is other people's behavior towards you. But who chooses the connection that you want? Like, so I'm trying to ask, what is the goalpost? Like, is it yourself setting it, or is it other people controlling what that should be?
Yeah, when you say that, I'm like, I'm probably a sore loser. Like, I just don't like losing. Like, this doesn't make sense. I need to, like, make it make sense and make it work. But I'm also trying to, like, control the uncontrollable and also not accept the grief that comes along with, like, a rupturing of a relationship or something. And I'm okay with like rupturing a relationship. It's like, okay, whatever. Like, this is an unwinnable game. I can leave now. But I think when there's like percentage of like, okay, if I play this perfectly, this could work. Then I'm like, damn, do I walk away or do I not?
Yeah, I think that's really valid because so first it's valid why you're a sore loser, or it like makes sense to me because like even when you win, they change the rules. So it makes you a loser when you do win. Which that feels really like yeah, it's a betrayal ultimately. Yeah. So to me, I think it makes sense why you're a sore loser because like you're never allowed to win. And there's like resentment that's built up in bitterness. Just like really things are really unfair.
Yeah. And like, I'm also, technically, I am a sore loser, but I'm also not. Because sometimes I'm like, okay, this is not worth it. Because the percentage, like, it's like Dark Souls or something. Like, I'm not gonna win this. Let's just not even play in the first place. So then I walk away, right? So then I'm very good at like leaving as well at the same time. But leaving is like,
That's a
you
choice.
just never win. You technically default lose.
Yeah, but you don't. Go for it, man.
No, you go.
I was going to say like that path removes the it protects you from like trying your best and someone changing the rules again and another betrayal.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna be a fool. Like, I'm quite a fool sometimes because I bash my head against the wall again and again, like, and I try again and again. But at some point, I'm like, no, like, I should probably walk away from here because this person is like that. So therefore, I'm going to go. But to me, it's always like, okay, then these things are cut off. then my percentage of connection is like down to 50, which I don't really dislike, because those are like people I don't belong anyways, so then I want to cut them off. But then the rest of the 50 resources are kind of getting scarce. And then 30, 40, or 50% I need to like try hard to like kind of maintain. Or I can just not try hard, like that's fine too. But like then why am I even playing any games at all?
That sounds like maintaining connections with people takes a lot of effort. Like you have to pour a lot in to those relationships.
Yeah. But also at this point in life, because back in the days I try a lot. Now I'm just like, it's okay. It will come when it comes. But then content creation is different, right? You like have to put in active work. Then that makes me go like, well, maybe I should just move to a mountain and just hang out with my cats.
What do y'all think about all this? Or how does it make you feel?
Okay, I can start. For me, it all sounds really reasonable and makes a lot of sense. And at the same time, it makes me feel like a whirl of emotions. It's like being dragged through a roller coaster, being like, yeah, that makes sense, and then something pops up that stops. Like it's a lot of things going on, but at the same time they're like pulling themselves back. Like every time you try to move towards the goal, it's like something is pulling in the other direction at the same time. So it's, yeah, as Tom also mentioned, it sounds really exhausting, but at the same time it also makes a lot of sense. And yeah, to me it sounds I guess to me it sounds overwhelming a lot, but I'm not sure, like for me it does not look like you feel overwhelmed.
I was telling my client this another day. Very nonchalant about things you're chalant about.
How about you, Anne and Tom?
To me, it sounds quite lonely too, because I'm hearing that like you really want to connect with people and you're pouring a lot of energy in all sorts of different directions trying to connect. And then you've had these experiences time and time again where you'd make all the right moves, you did all the work, and people kind of told you like this is what, or like you saw what the winning conditions were, and then they just pull out the rug from under your feet and they're like, actually, we're still not going to accept you. And yeah, like that sounds really hurtful and lonely because you have to work for those connections, and even that's not enough.
I don't know, Anne, if you want to respond before I respond.
You want to respond before you forget?
I wrote it down. I actually forgot
Okay.
when Pam was decided. I need to write this down.
How I feel. I relate a little too much. I think, especially towards the end, got a little triggering for me. I think it started at the part where you said, like, giving up is default lose. And it's triggering because I've been through something similar, and that's what other people's perspectives of me giving up, which I disagree with. I feel like if your games are rigged, I'm not participating. I'm winning, actually.
True.
Yeah, and this happened a long time ago, so now I've been trying to create my own game, and the success, my rate of success has been higher. So it feels like I think it reconfirms to me that I am winning. Yeah. So yeah, just that part was triggering for me, but it makes sense.
Yeah, like I personally don't really see it as giving up as well, but other people probably from an external point of view, it's like, oh, she gave up. But then from my point of view, it's like, oh, I won because I aligned myself with my own values and how I feel, and I made the right decision for me, and I can clearly see that. And for the rest of the 50%, what came to mind was that I have gotten to a place where I'm so healed that like I know it's not me. Like it can't be me because back in the days I'm like, oh, it's me. Maybe I need to do better. You know, in the games that aren't rigged, I'm saying. Now I'm like, okay, even in the games that aren't rigged, I've healed and things are still like fucked up. Then like, I don't know where to go from here.
How do you know if the game's not rigged?
Yeah, I mean, it still could be rigged, but I don't see any cheating going on, if that makes sense. Like, I have enough clarity to analyze the situation to go, like, it's a fit issue. It's a fit issue or it's a me issue. But then it's a me issue that cannot be fundamentally fixed. Because that's just like who I am as a person.
I'm going to ask one more question, then pivot to checkouts, because we did start 30 minutes early. So moving it back. Oh, by the way, this will be the new streaming time. I forgot to mention it.
Better late than never.
You know, consequences. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So I'm curious how everyone feels in relation to the word connection throughout the conversation. Do you feel connected? Do you not feel connected?
Like here in this group?
Throughout this conversation, because it's been about like connection, and I'm curious, like, do you feel like connected to Marce? Do you not feel connected to Marce? Does she feel connected to you guys?
I feel
Eh.
connected.
Me too.
Hmm.
I didn't know
Marce,
if you
how
wanted
does
to
that
say
land with
more.
you?
Because Pam just said, I'm like, what does that mean? She made a sound, but I don't know if I should get it.
It's like on and off. It's like something resonates and something I don't understand, I think. So I'm still like listening and gathering information. And then I think because of the state I'm in, like I am so filled with emotions that it takes a lot of effort to not be in my own head, and that's why I feel the disconnection.
Yeah, I also don't think it helps that I'm talking about things in a very I wouldn't say direct way. It's very metaphorical or poetic, I would say. And I'm not like actually saying the emotion itself, I guess. But yeah, I do feel connected and supported. And people are like listening to me and they get it. They understand despite I'm speaking in code words.
I think for me, this is like the second most connected I've ever felt to you.
Second, I'm curious what's the first time, but I don't know if you want to share that.
Maybe off stream because I don't know if you'd want to share.
Okay. Oh, I see. I know which one you're talking
Okay,
about now.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious because you said that you feel connected and that like these people get it. That's also the same verbiage you used when talking about what you're looking for with like content creation.
Yeah, maybe the question is like, is it, well, this is a weird question. Is it greedy to want everybody to get it? Or is it unrealistic? Or is it too ambitious of a goal?
Honestly, I would say it's unrealistic to expect that everyone would get it. Because not everyone has had the same life experiences. And that makes it hard for people to see all the nuances. Like, there can be bits and pieces that resonate, but the whole picture would be difficult.
My take is what you want is not it's what you want. Whether you get it or not is a different thing, but you are allowed to want everybody to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it comes with its own consequences, right? Of like wanting to beat such a high level game. But perhaps like that's the path itself. But I'm still very question mark on it.
My mic wouldn't turn off. Mm, uh, yeah, I'll pause the conversation. I think Pam said something that is interesting. If you guys ever wanted to explore this, we could. But how do I word this? When you have like emotions going on and you're kind of numbed, it really limits your ability to like connect with other people. And like this is a big reason why the more you heal or the more secure you are, the easier connection gets. But yeah, that's a whole other topic.
Can
Cool.
I add something? Just one sentence.
for it.
Basically. Yeah, so I think I talked a little bit about it, but I've healed all I have. But I think, my family and like some people too that I want to connect, they are not healed all they can. Which, Pam, you gave me that idea is because like it's not me not able to connect, they're unable to connect. Therefore, like even if I cleared my game, which I have, like I think about this very, very often every day, it's still like an impossible game. Unless I like nurture them to a certain state. But it's like, do I leave or do I stay, right? Because regardless, I still won't get what I want until like a future me.
Yeah, so then I kind of wonder what makes you want to beat an impossible game.
I don't think there's other choices. The 50% is rigged and like not like bad games, okay? We're talking about. Then the rest of the 50 is still possible, but it's like in the future. But it's out of my control because I already cleared mine.
Mm-hmm.
then the only option is wait.
I'm going to pause because we're at time. I want to respect
Yes.
time limitation stuff. Any further checkouts from anyone? Because we did like a half checkout as far as like how's everybody feeling. But would anyone else like? I'll just go through. Tom, do you have any further information with the checkout?
I just have a thought related to connection. Like for me, I also often experience this sort of like numbness where I really don't feel like connecting and I tend to just avoid people. But sometimes I also have the experience where if I force myself to show up and if I force myself to engage, I will eventually connect, which then helps with the numbness. So like if I force it initially, sometimes it can really pay off sort of in the opposite direction. But also sometimes it's just exhausting and it doesn't work. Yeah, that's all I've got. Do you want me to pick someone, or are you picking? Okay. Marce?
I feel good. I feel there's a little bit more clarity on what I'm dealing with right now. Yeah, like, I don't think the I don't think the direction has changed because the direction was right, but I think I just got lost in the sauce on my clarity part. And I think it's because, well, it's a hard game to play. Yeah, it's like I'm dying over and over again because I'm playing Dark Souls. Like, yes, that is the consequences of Dark Souls. Maybe I can shift another game if I really want to, but right now it's like Dark Souls is on my Steam page, I guess. I guess next would be Pam.
Yeah. So the question, what connection was, what I understood it to be, or where are we?
Yeah. So I asked just because we're like over time. I just wanted to check in if you had any further stuff you wanted to include in like a checkout. So how the session went, how you feel about the session, stuff like that. How you're feeling.
I think it went well and it was nice to get to know March. I guess I feel a little guilty for not being totally, what's it called, present. But it was still nice being here and I enjoyed the session, so thank you. And yeah, I'm open to continue talking about connection, I think. I do not have anything more to add for that because I think that would be just a whole nother topic in itself. So I'll save it for another day. I will send it to Anne.
I got nothing.
I like that. I appreciate that. Not that you have nothing, but how like clear you were. Cool. Yeah. So let's see for the stream.
Do you want to do a checkout, Jake?
Oh yeah. Do I want to do one? Sure. Yeah. It feels good overall. I think at the beginning, you guys felt indecisive, and then I decided I'm not going to decide for you. So I'm like, okay, I refuse. And then, yeah, from there we explored some stuff. I think, what else am I feeling? Yeah, the conversation felt both warm and how do I say that? I wasn't sure how much to pull Anne and Pam into the conversation because like Pam said, like I'm good, and was relating a lot, but also the topic felt important to stay on Mars, so I wasn't sure about how much to include you guys, and about that. Yeah, I felt a bit conflicted with that, but overall, I think the session went really well. I feel good about it. I felt some warmth, and usually that indicates connection for me. So, yeah, that's my checkout. Radical. So do we got any like comments, questions, any chat stuff, anything like that?
No questions from the stand, Your Honor.
Cool. I guess that's it. Anybody want to say anything before I end the stream?
Same time next week.
Yeah, which is 30 minutes earlier.
For some
Cool.
people.
Cool. Yeah, because, well, it's 30 minutes earlier for everyone, I think, but the daylight savings time might have been messy with other people. So it might be an hour and a half early for you. Who
I
knows?
think there are some places in the world that don't do daylight saving, so for them it will actually shift.
It's later for me.
Oof. That's unfortunate. Cool. Well, that's the stream and whatnot. See you later, party people. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. Again, if you'd like to join a support group similar to this, you can join us through our website, questoflife.org. And if you'd like to support us with our mission, please consider donating and or volunteering. You can also do that via our website so that we can run more free groups for more people. Thanks.